And now I present my impression of everybody playing Resident Evil Village for the first time. Yup, great, cool, nice, fine, okay, whatever. Hi! That's right, boys and girls, Resident Evil Village is finally here, the latest addition to the Resi series that inspired absurd amounts of videos, memes, and artwork that I definitely can't put in this video without upsetting YouTube and Jesus. And I was looking forward to this one quite a bit, mostly because it's a direct sequel to Resident Evil 7, and that game was sicker than my cat, who's fucking dead, so it did a great job of moving the series forward whilst keeping that original Resi feel. It was equal parts scary, intriguing, and entertaining, and I'd say it's kinda responsible for this Resi resurgence we're having right now. So I was excited to jump back in, continue the story, and catch up with my old pal Ethan Winters and all his gripping observations.
It's dark.
Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? So how does Village shape up compared to its predecessor? Well, to put it simply, it's about as Resident Evil can be. Which means you can expect a ton of violence, a stupid yet endearing story, and lots of bad things happening to the main character. Oh wow, that was pretty well timed, wasn't it? I was just talking about that. And don't get me wrong, I don't think those are bad things at all. I mean, I really like Resi games, and I personally had a great time with this one. Yeah, some of it is dumb fun, but dumb fun is just part of the appeal for these games, even though this one can sometimes be about as subtle as my humour. Oh, that's good stuff. Although I gotta say, the story does actually start on a really strong note. It's a few years after the events of 7, Ethan and Mia are living a normal life with their new baby, and and now you're at Hogwarts, good job. Okay, I can't really talk about why this intro is so good without spoiling it, but needless to say, it got my attention immediately. It left me with a ton of interesting questions and really made me want to find the answers. And I loved all the characters too. Like, I know the internet got all obsessed with the gigantic sexy woman who makes for great thumbnail bait, but I think this game just had strong characters in general. I loved the creepy doll girl, the sad fish man, and the Heisenberg. Not you! You get the hell out of here! The writing is incredibly camp and over the top, but such is to be expected from a Resi game, and I'd say it fits the tone quite well. And overall, I really enjoyed the game's story, right up until it took an unfortunate turn from endearing stupid to, regular stupid. Basically, I was not a fan of the final act of this game. I won't spoil it, but basically the tone of the gameplay shifts quite drastically in a way I didn't like. The ending was just generally kinda weak, and I am glad we get an explanation as to why Ethan can just walk off all of the— I can't even tell what's happening right now, but I don't think it's good! But I personally thought that explanation was dumb as hell, and actually ended up being unintentionally hilarious, which for any other game would be a massive problem, but for a Resi game, it's just Thursday. But anyway, the gameplay's pretty much what you'd expect: shooting, exploration, puzzles, and dealing with an inventory that doesn't get full after 5 minutes this time. Oh my god, praise be to Wesker! And it all works as well as it usually does. The shooting is satisfying, the environments are cool, the puzzles are actually kind of on the easy side in this one. In fact, this whole game is surprisingly easy now that I'm thinking about it, and not to say it wasn't engaging, it's just that there weren't many bits I found particularly challenging. I mean, look at this guy. Look at, he can't do anything. He's an idiot. He's a weakling. He's a dumb little baby bitch boy, and I didn't say that though. You usually have more than enough ammo to get by, and even though I like the Duke as a character, his presence does kinda remove some of the tension. Still though, if you bump up the difficulty to hardcore, that should help balance things out, and really, I did have a great time playing this game, even in that one section where it just turns into PT out of fucking nowhere. I especially loved how varied all the environments were. Like, you'd think a game called Resident Evil Village would be pretty focused on the village, but they really managed to fit in some pretty interesting settings that still definitely suit the style of the game very well. Also, I played this one on the PS4, cause in England getting your hands on a PS5 is still rarer than genuine sustainable happiness. I'd still probably prefer the PS5 though. But it still looked amazing and ran really smoothly, so don't worry if you're not a decadent French aristocrat with all the latest consoles. And I know some people are saying this game feels too actiony for a sequel to Resi 7, but I actually think they did a pretty good job of balancing the action and horror for most of the game. You know, up until the But yeah, gameplay flaws and bonkers story stuff aside, I actually really enjoyed Resident Evil Village. Yes, it's a bit easy, yes, the last part wasn't great, and yes, if this piano thing counts as a puzzle, then I'm a Byzantine emperor, but hey, it's still an entertaining romp with enough satisfying gameplay, fun characters, and well-designed environments to get a big old thumbs up from me. It's not perfect, but it's still definitely got enough of what makes Resident Evil games fun for me to recommend it. Plus, it's still got that map thing that lets you know when you've fully looted a room, so that's worth like 500 XP right there. So yeah, I'd definitely say Resident Evil Village is worth a look, and hey, let's not forget it comes with its own multiplayer mode that'll be available soon, and I'm sure it will be a fun and well-made video game that will offer the perfect online Resident Evil experience. Just like all the others did.